Empress Elisabeth of Austria, affectionately known as Sisi, was an iconic figure of the 19th century. Her beauty and enigmatic personality captivated the hearts of many, making her a beloved yet tragic figure in European history. Her life was a tapestry woven with beauty, tragedy, and an enduring mystique. From her early years in Bavaria to her role as empress, Sisi's story is one of contrasts and complexities. Born into a Bavarian ducal family, Sisi became Empress of Austria at the tender age of 16. Her youth and beauty were celebrated, but they also marked the beginning of a life filled with immense pressure and scrutiny. Her marriage to Emperor Franz Joseph thrust her into the heart of the Habsburg court, a world of rigid protocol and suffocating expectations. Despite the grandeur, Sisi often felt like a prisoner in a gilded cage. This essay delves into the captivating life of Empress Elisabeth, exploring her early years, her struggles as a royal, and her tragic assassination. We will uncover the layers of her personality and the events that shaped her destiny. Sisi's story continues to resonate with audiences even today. Her life, filled with both splendor and sorrow, offers a poignant reflection on the human condition. Her life mirrors those of other reluctant royals like Marie Antoinette and Princess Diana. Each of these women faced the daunting task of living up to the expectations of royalty while maintaining their individuality. Each woman navigated the complexities of royal life while grappling with personal demons. Their stories remind us that behind the opulence and power, there are real people with real struggles. Through Sisi's story, we gain a glimpse into the gilded cage of monarchy and the human cost of such immense power and privilege. Her life serves as a testament to the sacrifices made by those in the public eye. Empress Elisabeth's life was tragically cut short, yet her legacy endures. Her story continues to inspire and fascinate people around the world. She is remembered not just for her beauty, but for her compassion, her independent spirit, and her unwavering love for Hungary. Her influence extended beyond her lifetime, leaving a lasting impact on the world. Sisi's story reminds us that behind every crown lies a human being, grappling with the same joys and sorrows as we are. Her life is a powerful reminder of the human side of history. Join us as we unravel the complexities of Empress Elisabeth's life. We will explore the many facets of her personality and the events that defined her. We will journey from her idyllic childhood to the opulent halls of the Habsburg court. Along the way, we will uncover the challenges she faced and the legacy she left behind. Along the way, we will witness her struggles, her triumphs, and her untimely demise. Empress Elisabeth's life is a story of resilience, beauty, and enduring legacy. Elisabeth Amalia Eugenie, Duchess in Bavaria, was born on Christmas Eve, 1837, in Munich, Germany. Her birth brought joy to the royal family, marking the beginning of a life that would be filled with both splendor and challenges. She was nicknamed Sisi by her family. Sisi's childhood was idyllic, filled with laughter and the simple pleasures of rural life. She enjoyed a relatively carefree upbringing, surrounded by the love of her large and boisterous family. The Bavarian countryside was her playground, and she cherished every moment spent with her siblings. Sisi's father, Duke Max Joseph in Bavaria, was unconventional. He was known for his eccentricities and his love for the arts. He was a free spirit who instilled in Sisi a love for nature, horses, and poetry. These passions would stay with her throughout her life, providing solace during difficult times. Her mother, Princess Ludovica of Bavaria, was the sister of Sophie, Archduchess of Austria. Ludovica was a strong and supportive figure in Sisi's life. This familial connection would have a profound impact on Sisi's life, intertwining her fate with the Austrian court. Growing up, Sisi was known for her beauty and her rebellious streak. She often defied the expectations placed upon her. She preferred horseback riding and playing with her siblings to the etiquette lessons deemed necessary for a young lady of her station. Her free spirit often clashed with the rigid norms of nobility. Little did she know, her life was about to change forever. The carefree days of her youth were numbered. Destiny had other plans for the carefree Sisi. Her path was set towards a future she could never have imagined. At the tender age of 16, she would be thrust onto the world stage. The responsibilities and expectations of royalty awaited her. Her transformation from a carefree duchess to Empress of Austria was about to begin. The journey ahead would be filled with both triumphs and tribulations. In 1853, Sisi accompanied her mother and elder sister Helene to the Austrian resort town of Bad Ischl. Their mission to secure a marriage between Helene and Emperor Franz Joseph of Austria. Franz Joseph, however, was immediately smitten with the younger, more vivacious Sisi. The whirlwind courtship culminated in their engagement just 5 days later. Sisi, thrust into the spotlight, found herself betrothed to the most powerful man in Europe. Their wedding took place in Vienna on April 24, 1854. Sisi, at the age of 16, became Empress of Austria. The transition to imperial life was difficult for Sisi. The Habsburg court, steeped in tradition and rigid protocol, felt suffocating to the free-spirited young empress. She chafed under the watchful eye of her mother-in-law, Archduchess Sophie, who held considerable sway within the court. Sisi's relationship with Franz Joseph was complex. While he adored his young wife, the demands of his position often took precedence over their personal life. Sisi, yearning for freedom and genuine connection, felt increasingly isolated and alone. Empress Elisabeth's beauty was legendary, a symbol of grace and elegance that transcended her time. Her portraits, capturing her delicate features, piercing blue eyes and cascading chestnut hair, captivated the world, making her an icon of beauty and sophistication. Yet, behind the beauty, Sisi grappled with deep-seated insecurities and a yearning for something more than the gilded cage of her royal life. She often felt trapped and misunderstood. Sisi became obsessed with maintaining her appearance, driven by an intense fear of losing her beauty. She adhered to a strict diet, exercised rigorously, and followed a demanding beauty regimen. She spent hours on her toilette, ensuring every detail was perfect. Some historians believe she may have suffered from anorexia nervosa, a disorder characterized by an intense fear of gaining weight and a distorted body image. Poetry became Sisi's outlet, a way to express her innermost thoughts. Through her writing, she expressed her frustrations with court life, her longing for freedom, and her desire to escape the constraints of her position. She also wrote about her struggles with depression and anxiety, feelings that plagued her throughout her life. She wrote of feeling like a caged bird, her spirit yearning to soar beyond the confines of her gilded cage, seeking solace in the idea of freedom. In 1862, Sisi's fragile health deteriorated further, exacerbated by the pressures of her role. She suffered a nervous breakdown, forcing her to retreat from public life and seek refuge in solitude. This breakdown highlighted the immense pressure she faced as empress and the toll it was taking on her mental and physical well-being, a burden that seemed almost unbearable. Empress Elisabeth, affectionately known as Sisi, was not only a figure of grace and beauty, but also a woman of profound compassion. Her empathy for the Hungarian people played a crucial role in the Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867. Sisi's influence extended beyond her personal interests, as she actively engaged in the political landscape, advocating for peace and understanding. Her dedication to humanitarian causes, such as establishing hospitals and supporting the arts, showcased her deep commitment to improving the lives of those around her. Sisi's legacy, marked by her compassion and political acumen, continues to inspire many to this day. In 1889, Crown Prince Rudolf, the only son of Emperor Franz Joseph and Empress Elisabeth, was found dead alongside his lover, Baroness Mary Wetzera, at Mayerling. This tragic incident, known as the Mayerling incident, marked a significant turning point in the Habsburg dynasty. The exact circumstances of their deaths remain shrouded in mystery, but it is widely believed that it was a murder-suicide. Rudolf's death left Empress Elisabeth devastated, deepening her sorrow and isolation. On September 10, 1898, Empress Elisabeth, also known as Sisi, was assassinated in Geneva, Switzerland. She was attacked by an Italian anarchist named Luigi Lucchini, who stabbed her with a sharpened file. Despite her injuries, Elizabeth initially did not realize the severity of her wound and continued to walk to her ship. It was only later that she collapsed and succumbed to her injuries. Her death sent shockwaves throughout Europe and marked the end of an era. Luigi Lucchini, the man responsible for the assassination of Empress Elisabeth, was driven by his anarchist beliefs. He sought to strike a blow against the aristocracy and chose Elizabeth as his target, not because of any personal vendetta, but because she was a symbol of the monarchy. Lucchini believed that by killing her, he would make a statement against the ruling class. He was arrested shortly after the assassination and showed no remorse for his actions. Empress Elisabeth, or Sisi, is remembered as a complex and enigmatic figure. Her beauty, intelligence, and tragic life story continue to captivate people around the world. Despite her struggles with the constraints of royal life and personal losses, she remains an iconic figure in Austrian history. Her legacy lives on through the many monuments, museums, and cultural works dedicated to her memory. Sisi's life and death remind us of the human side of royalty and the enduring impact of her story.